If you zoom in right here for me on this part, it's those 3 letters on the grill.
It's like inheriting good looks from Europeans and then filling your belly full of fast food.
I have no idea what you're talking
No,
about.
no.
He took it to a car show and someone just told him, tried to convince him for 5 minutes, this is a Viper. So this week I was reflecting on the weekly, if not daily, texts I get from my dad. I bought him a car. It's kind of been a lifetime goal of mine. It was a Saturn Sky, bright yellow, convertible, and he loves shifting gears. He would love a stick shift, but he's had work done in his later life, not like Botox and plastic surgery, but more like reconstructive on his leg and shoulder from weightlifting and motorcycle accidents. So shifting's a little hard on him. Got the automatic, but he absolutely adores the Saturn Sky. It's a Saturn Sky Redline.
Ah, good. I had a neighbor that had a Redline version of the Sky, and it was a quick little car. Like, that was a proper sports car.
You say that, and it really is. It's got a limited slip differential. It's front engine, rear drive. It actually has enough driveline integrity to throw in a V8. In fact, for sale right now on Bring a Trailer is an LS7 swapped Saturn Sky. The LS7 was put in 2 cars, the C6 Z06 and the Camaro Z28 of the 5th gen. It's a 427 naturally aspirated monster.
And now in the Saturn Sky.
And the driveline in the Saturn Sky can
and the
handle
Saturn
it.
Sky was a good looking car too.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. The Opel, a GM brand based in Europe primarily. And this is, I think this was called like the Opel GT or something, but this is a Saturn Sky, and the Saturn Sky kept the headlights and the nice lights. The hood opens the wrong way. It'll get mistaken for like a Corvette or a Viper at a car show, and then the convertible back opens sort of the wrong way. So it has a lot of really fun features to it. But then, Pontiac did a Pontiac, and they appropriated this beautiful platform, and they made it as ugly as they possibly could.
You know what this reminds me of? My kid has a little Duplo car that's like solid plastic and honestly looks almost exactly like this.
I've been trying to repress my memory of this car since the 90s. Thanks for bringing it up again. Like, this is hideous.
The Solstice and the Solstice GXP. Up next, this is what I bought dear old dad. He absolutely loves it.
To me, this looks fantastic. It's just a little 2-seater. It feels very British, honestly. It's a little roadster.
He took it to a car show and someone just told him, tried to convince him for 5 minutes, this is a Viper.
Is this one that somebody put the V8 in? Like, does that say
oh gosh,
V8 on it?
Yeah, this is a random image obviously I found. I think someone did V8 swap this one, so good for them.
I guess carrying the thread on from Pontiacs, right, which seem to be fairly hated, and that's fairly unanimous, I think.
Rightfully.
They obviously have created one of the ugliest cars on the face of the earth.
All right, let's say guesses.
Yeah, guesses. Who?
Aztec.
Okay,
the first answer.
Aztec.
Anybody else can name an ugly Pontiac besides Aztec?
Oh, I can, but I don't count.
Aside from every single model.
Well,
Yeah.
almost. You got to, if you go back to the 60s and stuff, but yeah.
So there it is. There's the Pontiac Aztec, right? Just an absolute vile specimen.
As if we haven't done enough to the Native Americans on this land. We've taken their name and done this.
Appropriated the name of their tribe
Yeah,
and done this
seriously.
to it. Yeah.
Nah, the abuse continues. It's just awful. Over the pond, right, we have our own version of the Aztec, which is the Fiat Multipla, right, which is kind of difficult to say.
Multipla because it's 2 cars, right? Like,
Yeah.
you've got this one carrying this one.
Yep, sandwiched together. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that this has heritage to it, because back in the day, did they not like dump their human waste off the 2nd floor of buildings? So these lights are actually to illuminate the floor above you to see if someone's about to dump, a bunch of sewage onto your car.
I think
so
yeah.
this is a carp that got affected by the radioactivity and mutated into carp.
Yeah. Yes, all of these things. I mean, it's one of the ugliest cars. I remember these driving around on the street when I was, back home in England.
It shall haunt my dreams forever.
It's just awful, right?
So was this multipla or multiplier? Like, let's do 2, 3x on the ugly.
Both. Yeah, both of those.
Awful. Now this is.
Does it get any worse?
Well, I think personally, and it may be a little controversial, it does get worse, and we have a modern day version of, I think, both of these cars.
Do we have to talk about this?
Is that a car?
We have to address this, yeah. I know it was just a napkin sketch by a billionaire megalomaniac, but this is what it ended up as.
The Tesla Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I think this is what you get when like you ignore every lesson from the past. Several car manufacturers have tried stainless steel, DeLorean's not the least of which, built in Ireland, designed by a crazy megalomaniac. John DeLorean got surgery on his jaw to make it bigger, to make him seem more masculine. That guy made the DeLorean, and Elon made this.
The concept car was interesting, to say the least, right? It just got worse and worse as it started to roll into production. But
so I will grant you, this is a terrible car.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I'm not even going to go down the EV rabbit hole. There's some EVs that I can get behind. Sure, a truck, why not? But everything about this is compromised. It doesn't work as a truck. Not great as a car. I pulled up next to one on the road the other day, and it's enormous. I was in my truck, and it was bigger than me.
Long, right? And quite low.
It's enormous. Yeah. So super low, but then just goes on for miles and miles from front and back.
Yeah, I saw a video. They have like the shifters and stuff on the
up on the visor.
Like they're just buttons.
You can't tell me it's like a capacitive touch shifter.
Yeah.
That's just terrible.
It's awful. It's
so
awful.
not only is it not mechanical, it's not even pretending to be mechanical. Like some shifters at least have like physical buttons.
So all touchscreen. I mean, it's so futuristic.
As a vehicle, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Looking, to me, it's terrible. I know that people it's somewhat polarizing, and some people like it, some people don't. I hate it. I think it's hideous.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the worst looking car ever made. I don't think any of you have nailed the worst looking car ever
Wait,
made
worst
yet.
looking or just worst?
I'm going to go with both on this one.
Do you have a Cybertruck on order, Brent?
I don't.
No, okay.
I don't. But if you're going to one-up all of those cars, you have to start with the Pontiac. And it's going to look like this.
Hey, that has a big American V8. What are you talking about, worst?
It's not an American V8. It's not an American car. So this car is made in Australia. It's a Holden Monaro, which itself was a two-door version of the Holden Commodore, just a big old sedan, right? Now, I mean, looking at it, it's actually not objectively disgusting or anything like that. Well,
it's got all the beauty of a Ram Air Grand Prix.
It is a Grand Prix, basically, right? Now, it's not trash on wheels, right? The thing that makes it despicable, though, is if you zoom in right here for me on this part, it's those three letters on the grill.
GTD, get her done.
Get her done. I wish that's what it said. It says GTO. Does anybody remember what a GTO is? Like the original GTO? It's not a muscle car, it's the muscle car. It was the first American muscle car in history, okay? Now,
the top trim of the Le Mans at the time.
The first year it was. The first year
yeah.
it was. So 64 it was just an extra bit of kit that you could put on the Le Mans, and then 65 started being its own model year, and that was the year the muscle car was born. But Pontiac, being Pontiac, they took that beautiful, classic, iconic muscle car and did this to it. Like that, again, it's not objectively gross, it's just that is not a GTO.
I'm having memories of the Solstice here.
Yeah, it's exactly right. So you don't get to start with something as iconic as the GTO, which looks like this.
Go back, you gotta go back one, it gets better, it gets better. we talk about panel get, look.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
It doesn't even line up.
In this grainy old photo, yeah, that's terrible.
To be fair, this is just all American cars.
My guess is that this car was probably 6 months old when they took this picture. but yeah, so Pontiac being Pontiac, they took what was the iconic muscle car and turned it like this. GTO is supposed to look like this. Like this is the GTO. For better or for worse, you get your double headlights on either side. Sometimes they put them horizontal, sometimes they put them vertical. But this is what a GTO looks like. You do not get to brand a Grand Prix Holden Monaro GTO unless you make it look like this. Now, to be fair, Karma did its thing, and a little less than 5 years after Pontiac released the new GTO, Pontiac the company went out of business, and good riddance.
Yeah, as far as bringing classics back, arguably the Mustang at one point, the modern ones were really trying to take some styling cues from the classical ones. That classic GTO, I think it would be really hard to bring it back with the vertical stack double headlights on the side like that.
I have two rules, and I apologize to my kids in advance for preaching the same two rules now as I do them every day. But my two rules are: one is you got to give a crap, and two is you have to try. Pontiac did neither. They gave us this. They put the letters GTO on there in plastic. On a car literally manufactured in Australia, which nothing against the Australians, they still get the 70 series Land Cruiser, which I love. But you don't get to call this car a GTO, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
I'm not sure if it's as ugly as the Aztec, but in relation to where it came from, fair.
Going from the starting point to where it is now, it is the worst car ever made.
At least you could do a burnout.